What's going on, everybody? Welcome to stream. Deload back day. All right. We in here. Gonna get some music going and then we're gonna start out. But yeah, we're here getting everything going. A little bit of a warm up. Oh. All right. First set, bit of a warm up. We're going to do about a little bit wider than shoulder width. All right. Pretty easy. Just starting out. Again, it's deload week, so we're not going to do super heavy. We're actually going to take a little bit of weight off. It's meant to just be easy and go through the motions for this week. Yeah, all in all, pretty good. Pretty good so far for a deload week. Nothing too crazy. How's everybody doing? Hope you're having a great Tuesday. I had a big presentation today for work, and it was crazy, and it went really well. So hopefully it's reflected in my job. I don't know what what I have going on there, but no vocals metal sounds good. Oh my God. Take a little bit of a rest, and we're going to go for our next set here. We're not going to take too long in between on each sets. Darius, what's going on, buddy? Deload back day. Nice, easy chin-ups. We just did one set. We're doing 4 sets here. This is going to be a little higher rep. Normally, these will be 6 to 10 reps, but these are going to be 10 to 12 today. Pretty good deload set. Feels good. No real pain. Making my pull day today since I missed it yesterday. Awesome, man. Hope you get a good one in. What's your favorite pull day exercise? If you had to pick, let's say you had 10 minutes, you had to do 3 sets hard till failure, what would be your go-to? My favorite I actually don't have here. I kind of have. I don't really have it. But you're going to see it actually today. Barbell rows. Awesome. Without a doubt. Yeah, I love barbell rows. That's part of my fat loss phase I always have barbell rows in. Mine is like a T-bar row, like a machine T-bar row. High, like I can do high T-bar or like neutral grip T-bar. but I'm going to use my landmine. I don't know if you guys can see it. This little thing down here. And I'll stick my Olympic bar in there. Ooh, that sounds nasty. But I stick the Olympic bar in there with my close grip handle. It's kind of like a bent over close grip row. I do that instead of seated cable rows. I keep trying to do seated cable rows on this universal, but it's not. I know, but it's not. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't feel right because they only go up to 160 on each side, and I can cable row quite a bit more than that. Whereas the landmine row feels better. I can actually get some weight on it. So I do like a wide grip bent over barbell, and then I do a close grip landmine row. My God, sounds like my kids are going to come through the floor. Sorry, guys, if you can hear that. Oh, deload week is interesting. I don't sound gross, eh? Stick my Olympic bar in there. Trying some calisthenics. Got something like 12 chin-ups, 6 to 7 pull-ups. Nice, man. That's good. Really good. Yeah, 12, like, you can do more than 10, like, true chin-ups. You're in the top percentile of people, right? I don't think people give them enough credit for, like, how hard a full-on strict pull-up actually is, or a strict chin-up. Both. So if you can do, like, double digits or even high single digits, you're in the top percentile of that for sure. No, that's good, man. That's actually really good. Because if you look at like a lot of guys, like some of it's impressive where they're like flinging themselves around and stuff like that, but you see a lot of guys doing like kipping and stuff like that. Like it's a lot of momentum, right? If you can do like a strict 1 second up, 1, 2, 3 down, up, 2, 3 down, you can do that kind of strict pull up for like close to double digits. That's tough, man. Not a lot of people can do that properly, right? Like using a lot of momentum and stuff like that to get like a bunch of like motion isn't the same as getting real chin ups. It's the same as when you see some of the power bench press guys where they kind of like drop it and bounce off their chest. You see them do that kind of like bounce motion. It's not the same as like, you're still strong. Like, don't get me wrong. It doesn't mean you're not strong, but it's not the same kind of strength as someone who can like, that's what I say. Like I used to bench 315 for like 3-4 reps, but that's not the same as doing like 225 for like a slow controlled 12. Is like, that's a different type of strength. Like that's a man strength thing when you can control. Like you see some of the powerlifter bench guys that have the heavyweight and they like bring it slowly down, they hit the block and then they push it back up and it's like kind of a control motion. That's crazy strength. Well, I'm gonna try this. Sorry guys, I'm putting a sticker on, see if this. Oh my God. How come I can't get this to like stay out of the way? My wife will kill me for making this diagonal. She hates when I make things like on an angle instead of straight. She gives me crap all the time for it. Anyway, We'll put that there. I'll try to move it. It doesn't want to go anywhere but where my face is. Dakota, what's going on, brother? Back from school. Nice. Try to avoid using momentum. To me, it's only... Right, that's it. The only way it feels legit. About to do it later. Nice. That's it, man. As long as you got it scheduled in there and you're getting after the lift, that's all that matters. Last one here, because again, like I'm a big fan, especially in fat loss, of these 1 second concentric, 3 second eccentric. All right. Yeah. I was, but my spring break's over. Nice. Bassam, what's going on, brother? I'm doing all right. How are you doing? Thanks for following and joining and being part of the community. I appreciate you. Hope everybody's having a good Tuesday. I was saying earlier, I had a big presentation today for work. And I don't like to toot my own horn, but I think I crushed it, which is awesome. Doesn't happen all the time, but... Oh, okay. So we're feeling a little snug, a little tight in all the good ways. Mentioned we're going to do one of my favorite back exercises here shortly. Shit, see, I want to start going up to like my heavier working weights to start, but I keep forgetting it's deload week, so I have to purposely stay a little lighter. So yeah, we'll take a break here. I'll take a breath, and then we'll move on to this deload barbell row. We're not rowing anything like Darius. He's, you know, on your way to a raise. Yo. Official A-Run. What's going on, brother? Doing good, man. Please drop a subscribe if you're new here. Helps me out a tremendous amount. We went all the way up to 178. We were almost at 180, and then we lost a few, so we're back down 176. So, yeah, again, guys, please, if you're new, drop a subscribe, a like, comment. It all helps a huge amount. Don't worry too much about the weights you're seeing me lift this week. I know you guys are probably thinking that they should be heavier, and they will be heavier. You're 100% right. But it's deload week, so the whole point of this week is not to lift my heavier weights, just to go through the motions of the new program, let the joints heal, still get some motion, still get some work in. Just hit chest, shoulders, triceps. Split at home, incline, bench press, fly, shoulder press, lateral raises, overhead triceps. Nice. That's a good, yeah, that's a really good push day overall. I'm on pull day today. I don't think I'd change anything about that. I might dual triceps, both heads. That's good. Lateral raise and shoulder press. You're getting focusing on lateral, focusing on front. Incline, bench, flies. Yeah, it's good, man. That's not too bad. The only thing I might do is, depending if you might put rear delts in your pull day, which is smart. I do that. But if you're going to do all shoulders in one day, maybe try supersetting your laterals and rear delts if you're trying to get all your shoulders done in one solid day. But that's all just person dependent. Pretty easy 15, but we're getting a pump either way, so feeling good. Today at school it was so busy. That's good, man. What was happening at school, Dakota? Let me know. Fill me in. What was so busy? Yeah, sure. What's going on? 50 push-ups. I would gladly do 50 push-ups. Would love to do yeah, would love to do 50 push-ups. We just got to hit that 200 mark. That's it. 200 subs and I will give you 50 push-ups straight through. Sorry guys, I'm still running through this as we go. Sorry, I got a bit of a worky thing here. Whew. All right. Sorry, guys. Work is just busy. Did a lot of math. Awesome, man. Math is good. Stick to it. Water ball, effective exercise, great schedule. Yeah, I agree with Darius. It's a good day, man. It's a really good day. I don't know that I'd change too much about it. Me personally, I put my rear delts in pull day, so that's how I would run it. But again, like I mentioned, if you want to try to hit all your shoulders in one go, that could be an option, but yeah, 50 push-ups, as I mentioned there. Happy to do the 50 push-ups straight. I just would really like to hit 200. Let's say 200. If we can hit the 200 mark of subscribers, I will do your 50 push-ups straight through. No stopping. One after the other. Chest to ground. Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to make sure I'm doing everything right here. Yep. Face pulls, lat pull down, seated row. All right. Purpose of deload. Yeah. Purpose of deload is just to kind of let the joints heal and everything. So 8 weeks of beating them up straight, going pretty close to failure. That's how you, oh my, I can only do about 30, 35 in one sitting, just an estimate. Yeah, so I used to do push-ups a lot when I was a kid in football and stuff. So that's why I think I've just worked at them. So I've been able to build them up. But yeah, deloading, when you're going to failure with heavy-ish weights, you start to accumulate a lot of stress in your joints and stuff like that, especially when you're older. Baram Hotak, I'm sorry, Baram, I actually don't. It doesn't stand out, but please, if you're new here or you haven't already, please drop a subscribe and a like. It helps. We're trying to get to 200 so I can do 50 push-ups straight for Yasher. If we hit 200 subscribes, I'll rep out the 50 push-ups. I know Yasher wants to see it, and I'm down to do it. Let's just get me to 200, boys and girls. Yeah, so deloading is just so it gives your joints a chance to, your joints and your central nervous system a chance to kind of heal for a week, and then you go. Awesome, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Scott, what's going on? Appreciate you very much. Can't get motivated anymore? Well, does that little vein motivate you? Hopefully, maybe a little. But yeah, hope you, anything I can do to, awesome. Appreciate you, Bram. Sorry, the name just didn't stick out first. That's why, because I have a lot of regulars that keep coming in. So I just, that kind of left. But Scott, appreciate you being here again, guys. If you're new, please drop a subscribe, a like, helps me a lot. We're going to hit that 200 mark. I'll rep out those 50 push-ups. Again, this is deload week, so don't judge me for the weights. We're just going nice and light and easy. As I was mentioning, letting the central nervous system and joints heal up before we get into pulling the heavy weight again on fat loss and a deficit. So yeah, as you can see, we're not setting any strength or weight records here, but we are feeling pretty good. So this is a hard one. So this is one thing that is kind of hard in the basement gym here, that like having a gym membership and when I'm on the road for work kind of helps out a little bit because I can actually go to the gym and do these. But back days on cuts are a little, do I have a six pack? Not right now. Right now I got kind of like top four here. You can see the obliques pretty well, but a little bit of softness around my belly button because I was bulking lean bulking. But I will in a few weeks. That's why we're starting the cut. The full on cut work starts next week. This is the cut program that you're seeing now. And then my deficit will start 2 weeks from now. So I'm still at the same amount of calories that I was eating in my bulk, which is like a very, very tight surplus. I'm at 2,700 calories ish every day. A lot of the same foods day in, day out, because that's how I prefer to diet. You don't have to do it that way, but I prefer just to eat the same foods because it's just, I don't know. I guess that's where I am super boring. Same foods are always easy for me, but where are my kids? They're upstairs with the nanny. We have a nanny who comes and watches my youngest during the day, and then I work and I pick up my oldest, bring her home, and then they hang out and they have some playtime and snacks. And by the time I finish here, I'm up with them hanging out. I make dinner, and yeah, we hang out for a while, and then we start the whole bedtime routine. Bedtime routine is pretty simple: bath or shower, brush teeth, the typical stuff everybody does. And then I usually, almost always every night, read to my big girl. She loves books, so I'll read to her. Sorry, I was saying about when I'm on the road and needing a gym is having something for a good high close grip pull down is tough at the home gym. I mean, I could do a close grip chin up or whatever, but I don't prefer those. I prefer a close grip that I can actually have a really good pause on. These are kind of okay, but they're not quite the same as like a MTS lat pull down. But yeah, that's okay. Not terrible. Still does the job, right? Sounds nice. Awesome. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I really enjoy it. I enjoy reading to my kids and, download a calorie tracker like you suggested. It's supposed to eat 2,700 calories a day. Yeah, that sounds about right, depending on your height. Problem with protein, low by 40 grams. Yeah, so a couple tips, depending on the type of person you are. Brah. Yes, what's up, Bram? Why brah? I answered about the six pack. I have 4 and obliques right now. I'm missing kind of the bottom too. Yeah, so some tips. Number 1 is, if you can do it, the pasteurized egg whites in a carton. Drink one of those, slam back a 500 gram, like medium container of those once a day. That'll take care of your 40 grams in most cases. Or you can add, as long as you don't have more than 2 shakes in a day, add at night before you go to bed, especially if you're trying to gain weight, add a casein protein shake before bed, like half an hour to an hour before bed. We don't have that in Kenya. Egg whites. So it's basically just egg whites in a carton. right? Um, you usually have them, or just get a casein protein shake is a really good one to use. So casein protein, it's just longer digesting, takes longer to break down, slower digesting protein, and have that before you go to bed with like a piece of fruit to help with your insulin sensitivity. Something that's not high fiber, so something like kiwi, a banana, something like that. Some pineapple, some melon. I like melon before bed. That's one of my favorites. So I'll have like a bit of cantaloupe with a casein shake. That's usually pretty good. I have to go, but it's nice being here. Yeah, man, it's nice having you here, Lakota. And you seem like you're in good spirits, buddy. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. Thanks for being here. Hopefully, we'll see you on again later. See you, bud. Thanks. Yeah, no, of course, man. That's I love that type of stuff. So the pasteurized egg whites, they're just the egg whites in the carton. Um, the reason those are good is because you can put whatever you want in them, right? Like I know guys who used to put like the sugar-free chocolate syrup that you make chocolate milk with. They just put that in their egg whites, shake it up, and drink that. Crystal Light, which is just like the flavored drink powder, they'd put that in their egg whites and drink it. I just drink them straight up. But all that helps. That'll take care of your 40 grams for sure. You do 1.5 scoops of casein protein, that's probably going to be like your high 30s, low 40s. And the main thing is, yeah, just make sure you're hitting your 1 gram of protein per body pound, hitting your calories for sure. And then, yeah, you'll be good, man. That's really all you need. If you're doing that constantly or consistently, you'll see the weight come on for sure. Well, that's it. Like I have a friend of mine that was at the big presentation I had today, and I saw them and gave them a high five and a hug, and they were like, "Oh my god!" They're like, "You seem like so much smaller." And they're like, "How much weight have you lost since the last time I saw you?" And I'm like, "I haven't lost since the last time they saw me at my like after my show." And I'm like, "I haven't lost any. I'm actually heavier." But they're like, "Yeah, you feel like slimmer, but you're heavier. It's crazy." So yeah, be surprised, man. Lean, clean weight will come on, and you just keep doing what you do, right? Just keep rinse and repeat day in, day out. I'm not going to take too long of a rest here. I've probably been taking too long for a deload week. So that's the thing with deload too, is you don't need as long of a rest as you do when you're doing hypertrophy. So again, so this is just 200-pound pull downs, reverse grip pull downs. Nothing crazy, not a super heavy weight. All right, that's 3 sets of 12. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. What's that? The teaspoon of olive oil is such a hack. Underrated. Yeah, it is, right? Adding fat to your diet is such a hack. People don't even realize it's like the calorie density of fat. That's why most people, when they eat a ton of fast food and when they think about it, like if you go and look at the guys that eat fast food well on a cut and they track their macros and they're like, oh, I have like 2 plain cheeseburgers, a small fry, and a Diet Coke. And that person's like, oh, I get so much less than you. I just get like a McChicken meal. And they don't realize that that's like way more because of the fat associated with it, right? What's the maximum amount of muscle average person can build in a lifetime? Yeah, it's really hard to tell. I think everybody's individual. Like it's very genetic space, 30 to 50 sounds like a pretty good range. Like the stereotypes we know that people like obviously don't want to say because they feel like they're being like semi-racist or whatever. But we know like people of African American descent or like of African descent have the tendency to gain muscle easier. Not easier, same difficulty, but like they're able to gain larger amounts with the same kind of effort. Eastern Europeans can usually gain muscle, functional muscle, pretty good. Like they're usually pretty good power athletes, right? That's why you see so many like Icelandic power athletes, German power athletes, like that. Um, Usually Asian people struggle to put on large amounts of mass, stuff like that. But I think 30 to 50 is like, that's a pretty good window, man. Pretty good window. I think aiming for about pretty much about in your first, like, say your first like 4 years of training when you're from a novice, like just starting out, if you can gain about like 3 to 5 pounds of like clean, lean mass a year, you're doing pretty well. And then training a lifetime, yeah, you're going to add like, I don't know, call it three-ish pounds a year after that. You think about what Trump said today. It's D-Day, apparently. I mean, off topic. Oh, Bassam, yeah, it's having. So I'm in finance, and we were talking about that in my presentation. Actually, I had a question about that, and my thing is, so I don't really fall anywhere on political spectrum. I think I've talked about this before, but I just don't get how he gets away with everything, and nobody really holds him accountable, and it doesn't make sense to me. Like I think Obama said it. Obama was at like speaking at a university, and he was going on. And he's like, Trump, all the bad stuff Trump says about me. He's like, could you imagine if I did like a fifth, like even a 13th of what? It's a great day to be black. That's awesome. Yeah, man. No, it's awesome because typically you guys, sorry, not you guys. That sounds terrible. I didn't mean that. I apologize, Darius. I'm not that kind of guy. But typically, people of that genetic background have a better shape, like better genetic shape. Like your muscle bellies look nicer and fuller um, than kind of like a stringy Eastern European guy like me. And I'm Asian suffering right now to gain. Yeah, sometimes Asian descents have a hard time gaining, but luckily Asian descents usually, like my wife is Filipino, and like her and her brother have great genetics for like losing fat. Like her and my wife and her brother, they just start like running and kind of like watch their diet a little bit, and they're like down 10 pounds, 15, like easy, easy, easy. It's like fuck. I wish. Sorry, back to what we were saying about Trump. Yeah, Obama said in a speech, he's like, "Could you imagine if I did even like a fifth of what he's done?" And it all started back in like his first term, like something simple, like every president in history, the entire history of the United States, had to put all of their assets in a blind trust. If they owned any assets, if they owned a business, if they owned anything like that. So what it means is it has to go to under the control of somebody that's away from them, that they have no influence over while they're president at the very least. And he's like, yeah, I did that. I just signed it over to my kids. Like, no, that's not the same